So the Cossack is one of those ships I really recommended from Black Friday. It's a really, really strong cap contester DD. So here's the build we're going to be running, much like some of the previous videos last week. We'll run through some games live and see how they go. I'll talk through some of the thought process, at least when it comes to initial positioning and trying to pick my engagements. We're going to try and make use of the short range hydro and the short duration smokes. These are awesome for taking bursty engagements. Unfortunately, no heal like we would see on some of the mainline tech tree British destroyers, but that doesn't change how powerful Cossack can be. So for our first game, we actually have a really, really good matchmaker for Cossack. We do have 2 subs to deal with, so we'll have to be a little cautious about that. But considering we have a hydro, we're going to be reasonably okay. Not perfect, it's still difficult. But to start with, being tier 8, no carrier, we have a lot of freedom to move around the map. So I'm going to just push towards C to start with. We always want to go for one of the cap controls, at least initially. I find B a little too aggressive from the middle because this big giant island here blocks your escape, right? It's very full committed B, whereas if I go to the C cap, I can turn out reasonably easily, and hopefully we don't take too much damage. We're also looking for radars, right? So they have a Cleveland that we just saw, so we'll have to watch out for his radar initially. And against DDs, I mean, we're going to win those gunfights. That's not a huge issue here. Cleveland looks like he'll get close enough to radar eventually. Something you might be considering is just staying completely out of radar range. Personally, I actually like being barely inside radar range. That way I know exactly when the radar's been used, and that way I can actually have a bit of freedom to move around once that radar runs out, and I know the Cleveland or whatever radar ship just can't even get to me again. Looks like we're gonna have pretty weak flank here on the B cap. So after we get C, we're probably gonna move out there. So it looks like my team is pushing very aggressive. We got a Pensacola pushing, lots of aggressive ships here, but I don't really want to push with them deep into the Cleveland radar. I want to help my teammates here deal with the incoming threat at B. So they have 2 DDs here. They have a Massachusetts that's playing pretty aggressive. We'll just launch a spread out at him. And we're going to try and deal with these DDs. Notice I'm not going to go in front of this island here. It's important to not get stuck. I should also probably pop a personal hydro just to make sure I don't eat any random torps from these DDs. And I'm just going to hang out here, actually. I don't really want to commit too far into Massachusetts secondaries either. We're just kind of doing a fighting retreat here, hoping to deal with these guys as they push in. All right, so Icarus, we are going to smoke here soon. I want him to shoot at me, ideally. I might not get the opportunity, and I just whiffed a bunch of shots. All right. So we do have to smoke up and leave. The sub got a ping on us. We should be okay-ish. I don't want to use my repair on that ping just yet. And I'm actually just going to straight up leave. Massachusetts is pushing aggressive. If I push behind this rock, the homing torps are going to be pulled into the rock, so there's really not much to worry about there. We might even try to farm this Massachusetts a little bit over this island. It's always a fair strategy to take in a DD. You don't always want to sit behind an island, because then you're not spotting. But if the opportunity presents itself, you can definitely get some farming in. The thing to watch out for is definitely the pushing sub, and the DD, I guess. So hopefully we get some team support as we see them pushing up so aggressively. Notice our smoke is nearly back, 16 seconds away. Okay, we're being hydroed. That is fine. Because we are going to push these guys, I hope. Actually, we're just going to get away. I don't want to stay perma-hydroed like this, not in front of a bunch of secondary ships. So we are going to leave. Try and take these DD engagements, try and win them. Do a little better job aiming, hopefully, this time. There's not a lot here to deal with us, so I'm okay with taking a bit of damage there. I'm surprised Massachusetts secondaries are actually shooting over that. That seems like it doesn't happen in my Massachusetts, but apparently it does. So there is that. I'm going to just hang out in my smoke real quick. Dump torps there. We have a battleship here to spot for us, stuff that's coming around the corner. So if the DDs show up here, I do want to be here to support. We still got a bit of time on our hydro, so sitting flat broadside to where the torps will come from may not be too bad. See, just like this, the DD pops out, and we'll get some nice shots in. 7 seconds left on the smoke. So we do need to start moving for sure. Let's see, does our torp hit or not? Not quite. But we do want to finish this guy off. Notice I'm keeping the island between us and the Massachusetts as much as possible. The other DD. Gotta lead a little bit more. Okay, we got him. That was first blood. Wow. That took a long time to get a first blood. Our team is not doing so great, though, on HP at the top, as you can see. Again, Massachusetts, pretty aggressive at the moment, so I don't really want to push too hard into that. Yeah, so we're losing this flank pretty hard here. Does our DD win that engagement? No. I need to go kill that Shira, because that's going to do some really bad stuff to our team.
Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes dead ahead. Enemy cruiser sighted.
Okay, so shooting DDs at range, they're cutting away, is really not a lot of fun in this ship. Because the shells are just so floaty. It's kind of ridiculous. Also, notice how bad the rear turret firing angles are. Gotta go very, very broadside to even shoot any of them. Nice, we got a shores to help us there. Okay, now we definitely need to get back into the fight over here. Deal with their submarine, I think, is going to be the biggest deal here. They just have battleships left. Interesting. They are out of DDs now. Okay, submarine in sight. Let's see if we can't kill him. Lucky for us, he's out of charge. Trying to hit him as much as we can. This is going to be their last way to spot here. So even though it's not looking great for HP, they don't have any DD sort of ship anymore. So we should be reasonably okay to, I don't know about win this game, but try and do our best to contest areas of the map, go get caps, right? Like we can go get B. That's really, really strong for us. I think I'm the one spotting this Amagi, so I don't really feel confident in just smoking up and farming at him, but maybe if we can, I don't know, have him shoot or something like that. I will shoot to reset him for sure, if it comes to that. And it looks like it is coming to that, actually.
Engine boost deactivated.
All right, we gotta hope somebody's spotting for us.
Smoke generator activated.
Maybe the Sims? Yes, the Sims. Okay. We have good gunpowder here to hopefully deal with the Amagi. Blind fire with HE. Okay. We got a gamer. So we're always going to try and be maneuvering in our smoke. Notice it's about to run out, our smoke screen. So, yeah. Short duration smokes, but at least they come back relatively quickly. That's a fire, permanent, so that should be an Amagi dead. Okay, we're not shooting anymore. Bismarck we saw coming here. Trying to launch some singles through there. I don't know if we get them or not. But worth a shot. Nope. I should have saved him for when I was crossing here. This Nuremberg is really low, so I hope our battleship gets him. He does. Okay, so now that they're leaving the B cap, I just go take it. That's it. That's what the power of having a DD alive at the end game is. You just gain so many points on the enemy team. Look at our Sims, barely alive, rolling around towards the decap himself. So winning DD engagements is a great way to win a lot of games. Cossack's great at those. We're just going to wait till we get in the cap. That's basically what it comes down to. So use our smoke. We still have 3 left, you know. Feels pretty good. Try and take this Bismarck down. Insta-fire. You're not going to get insta-fires, but not all the time, at least. But man, Cossack feels so good in these tier 8 games. Keep in mind, we did get really good matchmaker this game. And not only that, we had a really close match where the enemy team and our team both had opportunities to win or lose this game for our teams. And I think we did a good job here. All right, last ship. A good win here. With some pretty solid teammates here at the end to clutch things up. Got ourselves up to 80k. It's not bad at all, actually. So even though I don't play the Cossack all that much, I really do. I do think it's a very, very strong DD. The British line in general is really fun to play as well. So if you're looking for a captain trainer, you want to go for the daring. I think it's a great option. Got ourselves Confederate, that late first blood, a close game. A very fun, close match, I would say. All right, game number 2. Again, good matchmaker. We're getting lucky with our tier 8 this time. Only 1 sub to deal with. And, well, we're a cap contesting ship on a domination map. So we're feeling pretty good about this. When we want to approach a cap, since the Cossack reloads its torps relatively quickly, I tend to dump a set of torps through and then make my way towards wherever I was going to end up along this cap zone. Depending on the tier and how strong I feel pretty strong here as a tier 8 top tier DD, amazing concealment, great guns. So I'm willing to take a more aggressive line. If I'm against tier 10s, I'm feeling a little more passive, I'll play more towards where islands are able to cover me. I'll play, you know, I'll reverse in instead of going bow in and then turning out as I get to the cap, that kind of thing. It all depends on how confident I feel against the matchmaker I see. But here we're feeling pretty good. So I'm actually going to reverse towards where I think the DD will be. Oh, our radar means we just run. We don't know where it's coming from. Over there. So we pop our engine boost to try and get away. So that is Cleveland, I suppose. And they have something in the cap. Alrighty. So what's interesting about this is the Cleveland's now used as radar, right? Like what I was talking about last game where we know the radar's been used, we can now reaggress, right? Like we can actually play more aggressive because we know the Cleveland doesn't have a radar for another, 2 minutes? Something like that. Which is pretty important, pretty powerful. And we do know, let's pop our Hydro just to make sure we don't need some of these. We also do know that there's a DD over here probably from where those torps came from. So I'm going to play over here. The Cleveland won't have shots on me. I'm just going to play a more safe line. Oh, we actually get caught in the Cleveland's Hydro. I'm actually okay with that, I think. I don't mind being here because there's not much to shoot at me other than the DD, and I want to take a DD engagement. For those of you checking this out on YouTube, yes, I am recording this live on Twitch, so you didn't hear a notification, but there was a notification that came up during that small pause, which I do appreciate. So if you want to come hang out, you definitely can. I won't be doing these all the time. I'm going to look to play a little more passive as the Synop pushes in. Notice there's no point in using our smoke here. Cleveland did actually run out of his Hydro. Or he reversed, I suppose. NC playing way too aggressive. I think we can all agree on that. All right, we're going to put our torps there because the DD is out of the cap. So it's obviously left a little bit. So you can't really control your teammates, unfortunately. So an NC pushing like that feels a little bad to throw that away at the beginning. So the key here really is just that, you know, we're getting spotted. Like, you don't have to run away the instant you're just permanently spotted by a hydro or a radar. It depends on how aggressive you think that ship can be to get to you. So this is where we're playing in a really, really, really safe position. You know, they could circle us around here, but not too worried about that at the moment. I think the sub might spot the enemy DD here in a second, so we do want to fight that if we can. Our hydro's almost up, so we should be careful backing out here. This might be a really bad idea. So hydro's out. We want to push forward a little bit. Yeah, a bit of a stalemate here, and it looks like our team is getting absolutely demolished on the other side of the map. So might be a bit of a blowout, this one, which happens. Definitely not every game can be close. All right, we'll smoke up, start farming the Synop here a little bit while we know we have spotting. Try and pop his damage control. We also see the Fuso, who is not flanking us at the moment. We see the Indianapolis, who's not flanking us at the moment. Pretty important things to realize, at least for our position. Actually, we need to run. Well, I mean, the game's over. We've lost. So I don't know how much running is actually going to do here. But if I thought we had a chance of winning this game, I would be running right now. Because our renown is about to die, our sub is way, way, way overcommitted, all that stuff. All good reasons to just run away. A lot of radar here, a lot of ships coming after us, so yeah, I guess we can still run and see what happens, but I think we lose. Oh, hello, Fuso. Maybe we can just YOLO this guy real quick. All right, do our torps do enough? Nope, not quite. Too bad. Fuso's got a bit of a thick torp belt. And that's the game. Not a very fair, close match, that's for sure. And it's games like this that I really do point to when I say 30% of your games, maybe more than that, are just unwinnable. Like, no matter what you do, you load in, you're going to lose. On the flip side, though, 30% of them, you're just going to win. So it's really that middle 40% or so that gives you your win rate, in my opinion. Certainly disappointing, though, to see games like this. And so many. Feels like they happen a lot. So in our third match, we've got ourselves tier 10s to deal with. Big, long-range radars. Very tough ships to deal with, like Kleber, Holland. Certainly ones that can outgun us, or are close to outgunning us. We do have something they don't, which is 5.5 kilometer concealment. And that is where your absolute strength lies, even in full up tiers. You basically choose the engagements that you take. So if you see a Kleber coming, well, probably don't take that engagement. But if you know you can get the drop on a Holland or a Gearing type, you can win some of those engagements. But you got to be careful, right? You are definitely lower tier. And because of that, we're going to play a little passive. Wait until we see where enemy ships are. We see a Benson middle. Okay, that means that potentially Kleber or Gearing are out here. We don't really want to deal with those. We see a Yoshino here, an Alaska here, and a Nevsky here. So the radars are on C. That allows us to play much, much more aggressive because we don't have to deal with the radars. That way, if we're in more open water type scenarios, and our concealment can help us immensely against what looks like Holland out here. Notice Kleber is on the flank. Ugumo is mid with the Benson. So the Holland is here, which means he probably has torps available. Our team is pushing behind us. See that? So I wouldn't be surprised to see torps through here for our teammates. So I want to hydro so I don't take those torps. But I also want to spot the Holland, right? I don't want to, you know, just let him get away with torping our team the whole time here. I don't want to spot other ships too, so we can do some farming here. They have pretty strong ships here. Mayans, Yoshino. Yoshino might have torped. Oh no, guys. I might eat these.
Engine boost activated.
Hydro's good. That caught me at a really bad time. You know what? No, Veneto's not going to be there. He's reversing. I was thinking about single launching there. But we see the torps are from out here. So that means the Holland is trying to flank us. So we go after the Holland because we have our teammates here. And we're slowly, like, we're trying to run away from the enemy team as well. So that, right, notice how I'm angling to any of his teammates that can potentially shoot us. I'm not smoking. I'm trying to keep him lit. I'm okay with taking some damage here. Like, all this stuff is really important as a cap contester DD player. It's really, really what you want to do is take out these DDs, you know? And that should be a dead Holland. And I'm constantly wiggling, like with my rudder. I'm playing with my speed. Could definitely be doing more to hit this guy, certainly. All right. He is dead. Which is really, 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 really good for our team here. Ships like Sevastopol, Tirpitz want to push in. Conqueror with his super heal, Sevastopol with his weird heal. They don't want to be eating torps because all that permanent damage stacks. So dealing with that has done a really, really good job of securing our flank. And because of that, we're just going to slowly make our way back towards B, where the enemy team is a little stronger on C. Try and get some chip damage in on the Veneto here. We feel reasonably safe. We always have our 6 smoke screens to help us out of a bad situation. So yeah, it's we're in pretty good shape here. Could definitely torp at this guy. Looks like he's trying to use his smoke to get away. You know, which is a fair play, but I think he's gonna go down. He might get away actually. We'll see. I torped because I know he's going to try and get behind this island, so I torped where I thought he would be there. No point in shooting here. I think our team is going to take him out if our torps don't. Looks like we'll get a torp hit, maybe? Yeah, okay, we get him. So now we can stay here and try and deal with these guys as they push in, which might be kind of a good idea. Although I kind of want to go towards C and deal with their Ugumo and Kleber. That to me seems a little more important, just because, you know, our team is pushed so far back. You know, they can take a lot of ground now with their DD advantage over at C. Our Kitakazi somehow died. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I might regret not staying here to kill these guys. I may regret that. All right. However, we do have this. All right, we got ourselves a Ugumo here. Try and take him out. Okay, we do get him. All right, let's see. We got him. Notice we popped our Hydro right away. I'm trying to reorient myself. So I don't, like, the Alaska's coming around this corner with a radar, like, guaranteed. So I don't really want to be here. I didn't want to push around this corner or over here to where I'd be closer to him. Yeah, so here he comes. We definitely want to just enjoy that we defended B cap and get away. So after getting a hold of B cap there, I've actually pushed to the north here, and it's very, very purposeful. It's because if the enemy team want to get to B, they have to push across this gap here. And we can torp that all day. We're not the best torp boat. We still do have torps though. So we may as well make use of them. I was originally coming here to help on the NC, but I guess they just rammed. But this Conqueror, you know, if he decides to turn in and push, we'll have Torps for him. We can always smoke up and farm for a bit. But this kind of idea is the Cossack way, right? We're trying to secure those caps, really. We could be gunboating here. I typically don't enjoy just open water gunboating in Cossack. I feel like I need to be too close given these shell arcs. But maybe that's just an inexperience on my part, not playing the ship enough. But we're providing spotting. We're going after caps. This is it's a strong ship, as you can see. We're in tier 10, and we haven't felt like we're that disadvantaged here in tier 10, as long as we're playing smart, playing with our teammates, using our strengths, like our concealment, to our advantage. It's really, really quite a good ship. Yeah, the other reason I'm not opening up here is potentially the Kleber. 10 kilometers away, Kleber can easily hit us. No issues. You know, we'll probably, now that we're at the cap, I'm okay with smoking up and farming for a bit. But yeah, I'm trying, I play this ship very much like a cap controller. Like, I really do just try and win games with cap control. And I think you can play it as a more pure gunboat as well. I just haven't been, personally. I don't really enjoy the idea of taking extra range, as you can see. Leading this Conqueror at 10 kilometers who's kiting away from me, it's pretty extreme, the shell velocity that we have to deal with. So, the gunpowder is nice, though. The gunpowder feels really, really good. I really do like that you get 8 guns, even though the turret arcs are horrible. And you can decide to use 6, like we did in the Unicum fight, right? Like, you saw how I was angling there. We were still able to get 3 of our turrets off at him at reasonably sharp angles. So keep that in mind as well in those closer knife fights. And yeah, we did a pretty good job here into tier 10. So those are the Cossack games, a very solid tier 8 DD. Definitely one I want to recommend to you guys. Again, here's the build. Trying to go for a closer range, full DD cap contester idea here. Notice I'm not even taking Superintendent because we don't have a heal. We have so many smokes. If you're just pulling over a normal British commander, you're probably going to want to take Superintendent because having extra healing is amazing on these DDs. Pretty standard upgrades as well, again. I really do enjoy Cossack. I think you guys probably would too if you enjoy this very sneaky, amazing gunboat playstyle. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.